All right, today we'll be learning about claim evidence reasoning. This is just like your PEA paragraphs from English, but in science we just call it claim evidence reasoning instead of point evidence analysis. All right, first step is the claim, the C in CER. When we end an experiment, scientists want to make a claim. So, like, what were we trying to find out in the experiment? We want to say what we found. So, it should answer the question that the experiment was about. Don't answer it with a yes or a no. So, you want to say what the actual claim is. It should describe the relationship between the independent and dependent variables. So, for example, in our mask lab, we would say the claim is different types of masks did affect whether or not the candle stayed on or went out. Evidence, the E in CER, we want to provide evidence that support our claim. The evidence is just a summary. We're not going to restate the entire data table. So we just pick out some important points. We want to use enough evidence to support the claim, and we also want to use data that supports our claim. Like, we don't want to say extra things that are just extraneous. So we want to focus on the things that are important. We want to leave out stuff that doesn't really help that much. So as an example, going back to our mask lab, evidence for that after our claim being different types of masks do affect whether or not the candle stays on, our evidence could be, well, the disposable mask blocked the candle from going out every time. Same with the cotton mask. But if we use like the neck gaiter, it blocked it sometimes, but the candle did go out about half the time. So that would be evidence that supports our claim that different types of masks do affect whether or not the candle goes out, and we're not just simply saying everything we found. When we say this, it can also be qualitative, quantitative. So that means qualitative, like no numbers. So just yes, the candle went out, no, the candle didn't go out. Quantitative, that means like quantity with a number. So we haven't done a lab like that yet in class, but it could be at this trial, we found out that the temperature was 20 degrees or something like that. So when we do our evidence, it can just be qualitative things we see, our observations. It could be quantitative, like measurements we actually took, or it could be some combination. Lastly, we have reasoning, that is the R in CER. We want to explain why our evidence is related to our claim. So when we have complicated topics, we would want to try and also reason why, or we would want to include the scientific concept that we're seeing. So our reason should provide the justification for why this evidence is important to this claim. So we want to say, basically, why is the evidence related to the claim? Why isn't it just extra stuff? Why does it matter?